Today I will be discussing the effects of motivation on life choices. More specifically, I will be answering the question that you've all been asking me. Does extrinsic motivation have a greater effect on life choices compared to intrinsic motivation? Before I researched about this topic, I thought the answer would be pretty obvious. I thought, yeah, of course extrinsic motivation has a greater impact, but after digging deeper into the two types of motivation, my findings really surprised me. Extrinsic motivation does not have a greater impact on life decisions because it rewards negative behavior, it cannot succeed without intrinsic motivation, and it is greatly influenced by peer pressure. You're all probably very confused as to how I got to that conclusion. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will understand the differences between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation and how they are both equally powerful in one's decision-making process. So I gave him a piece of chocolate to calm him down. However, this was rewarding his negative behavior, and now he's going to cry every time he wants a piece of candy. As you saw in that clip, my brother's extrinsic motivation was influenced by the reward of a piece of chocolate. This proves that extrinsic motivation is rewarding his negative behavior, which will cause him to continue the crying, which is his negative behavior, so that he can receive something that he wants. As I was doing my research, I found that extrinsic motivation brings violence and emotional abuse. Although extrinsic motivation has a larger impact on negative behavior, intrinsic motivation has a larger impact on positive behavior, for it helps one follow their beliefs and moral values. Neither extrinsic motivation nor intrinsic motivation outweigh each other in terms of decision-making, for extrinsic motivation cannot succeed without intrinsic motivation. Think about it. If someone values family and wants to support them, then their extrinsic motivation may be to get involved with illegal activities in order to fully take care of their family, which is their intrinsic motivation. Peer pressure. This factor of extrinsic motivation pretty much depends on the individual. Many people in our society can resist peer pressure due to our higher education system and our safe environment. However, there are many others out there who are not as lucky as us. Peer pressure plays a large role in one's extrinsic motivation, for it causes someone to act out against their beliefs in return for a reward that they greatly admire. Although peer pressure can really change someone, I found that a lot of the time people act out on what they believe in and what they were taught. So basically, it really depends on one's intrinsic motivation in admitting to peer pressure, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Throughout my research, I found that many different articles took different sides on which type of motivation had a greater impact on one's decision-making. This led me to come to the conclusion that both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation both greatly impact one's decision-making in different ways. Intrinsic motivation was found to incorporate one's beliefs and realistic goals that come from the heart in decision-making processes, while extrinsic motivation is influenced by one's surroundings or by the outcome of a reward that they really want. This baby doesn't cry. You want candy?
Candy.
Can you cry?
Huh?
Can you cry?